everyone, it's Yvonne back to do the readings, and today I'm doing the reading for the lovely sign of Gemini. Gemini, I am going to use the Wizard's Tarot for your reading today. I put everything away before I went on holidays and cleaned all my office up, and then came back and thought I better do some readings, and sat down and realised I didn't have any cards. So I've got some of my favourite cards out to use for the next few days. What else can I give you an update on? If you would like a personal reading with me, you can book via www.theaussiegoddess.com. If you're from overseas, make sure you've got the right times. You can do your readings, either I can tape them or record them on YouTube, or do them live on Zoom or by phone, depending on where you are in the world. I also offer just a 15-minute reading if you just want a couple of questions answered. So I will be considering putting my readings up towards the end of January, so it might be a good time if you want to save yourself a little bit. All right, Gemini. I used to like the old setup because I could sort of put the sign there so I could look back to it, but it's all good. Okay, so we have the Queen of Swords coming out, which is beautiful because Gemini, this represents a Gemini. So the Queen of Swords is at her best. She's outspoken, she's articulate, she is a little bit logical, she likes to think a little bit. She does spend a bit of time in her head. She's got a good sense of humour, she's quirky, and here she is sitting on her throne. Now, at her worst, and you could be dealing with another air sign, Libra, Gemini, Aquarius, at her worst, she can be a bit cold, spiteful, bitchy, but she doesn't feel like she's coming through like that at all. So for me, this makes me feel like perhaps you're in a place where you are ready to speak up and say something to somebody, or you're ready to have that conversation. You do have that sword sort of sitting here ready. So to me, that 2:22 on the clock, it means that you're either in a place where you want to have a conversation with somebody, or you're readying yourself for some sort of communication here. Now, I have the Ace of Pentacles coming through, which is a representative of a brand new beginning. Now, sometimes the Pentacles can represent money or resources or something more solid. But they very often, in the Ace of Pentacles, the Pentacles very often represent a new beginning that's stable and complete. So this to me makes me feel like perhaps you're ready to ask for what you want here. It's that energy of I want more than what I'm currently getting. All right, so I feel like here with this Seven of Swords, perhaps you haven't been speaking up before, because sometimes for me, the Seven of Swords can talk about trying to get away with something. So it can mean that perhaps you haven't been speaking up, you haven't been asking for what you want. Maybe you've been trying to sort of wait to see whether somebody else was going to offer that to you. Maybe that hasn't happened. And I feel like there's a sort of energy here of maybe self-sabotaging. Maybe you've been ready, you've gone in to ask many times and you've not had a result. So perhaps you're now ready to ask for what you want. Yet, because you have the Lovers card here, which too represents Gemini. So I feel like here with the Lovers card, you may be making a choice about somebody or a situation. So for me, I'm just going to go on an extra card. Look, you're definitely rushing in here, and you are thinking about, you've got the Temperance card, you've got this energy here in those cards of perhaps making a decision about somebody or making a decision on the direction you want to go in. But to me, it feels very cut and dry. I want this, and if this person is saying, no, it's not what I want, I think you're going to pull the plug. I don't feel that you're mucking around any longer. Whatever this is makes me feel like you're going to ask for what you want, but if you don't get it, you're prepared to let go and move forward. I feel like with that Temperance energy, maybe this is sort of energy has put you in a very, you're sort of in this energy where it's creating a lot of discourse or a lot of distrust, or maybe you're sort of feeling like somehow things are not really going along the way you want them to because you're not saying what you want to say. Now, keep in mind, whenever I do these readings, I can always be reading for the other person. So it could be somebody's contemplating asking you for something more. Whatever the situation is here, to me, it feels like you've held back for too long, but you are ready to go forward now. And if things don't go the way that you want them to, you're prepared to sort of cut everything loose and move forward, because I feel like it's creating too much discomfort within you. All right, let's see where we're going. All right, so we have the Wheel of Fortune. I love getting the Wheel of Fortune when we're talking about these sort of energies. Six of Pentacles coming through absolutely just reflects that mini read. Page of Pentacles, and we also have the Ten of Cups. Okay, for me, what it feels like to me is that you've got probably or have had a really good relationship with somebody. It may have been something that's happened recently or in the past, but it feels to me like you've met someone and you feel like everything is great, but maybe your person isn't letting you know how they feel, or maybe you've sort of had something or lost contact with them. But whatever this is here, it's like you're not happy with the status quo. You're not happy with the way things are at the moment. So I do see you wanting more investment with that Six of Pentacles. And the Wheel of Fortune tells me that it's a good time for you to put things into action, because you have the Ten of Cups here. You know, sometimes we hold off and we think, oh, it'd be a better time tomorrow, or we get sort of shy or cautious, or, you know, maybe even a bit nervous about asking for what we want. And I feel like you've already been through these phases. It's like you've already done this and sabotaged yourself lots of times. And I feel like you're getting to the point now where it's like a I was going to say a do or not do situation. But for me, it looks like this offer coming at this particular time is a really good time. I feel like your person has been considering what they want here, but we'll get a little bit more information. All right, Ten of Pentacles coming through after the Ten of Cups. And then we have the Three of Wands, which is the future, and the Nine of Pentacles. See, this is how it looks to me, because you have that Nine of Pentacles coming through. It's very much this energy of you're to the point with something where either way, you're comfortable with it. It might hurt. It may not be a nice situation to call something quits, but it's like you're comfortable with that now. I feel that you've gone on this sort of cycle for such a long time with that Wheel of Fortune. It's like you've gone round and round with something, but you're ready to land it now. It's like you're ready to make that deal. All right, so we have here the Eight of Swords. Yeah, see, that's the energy I'm getting coming through with the Two of Swords. That's a decision. And then we have the Hermit. All right. So you're definitely making a decision without any doubt whatsoever. And of course, the Lovers card does talk about a decision as well, a choice. So for me, this is a really good time to ask for what you want. Like, you've got the Ten of Cups and the Ten of Pentacles showing up in this reading. I feel that you're thinking about the future. Maybe you've been trapped for a long time in some sort of energy of not really getting what you want. Now, you could be dealing with somebody who's been messing you around. That's always possible. It doesn't quite feel that way, but I do feel you may be working with somebody who's maybe taking you a little bit for granted. That Six of Pentacles sort of tells me that this person isn't investing in you the way you'd like to be invested in. So maybe it has been creating lots of waves and lots of, I almost want to say, insecurities, not being sure about what you're getting here. So I feel like now you are ready to stand up and ask for that Ace of Pentacles. I feel like here you've been sabotaging yourself in the past, but I feel like the choice is coming for you here with the Lovers card. I feel like you know this person is meant to be with you, but if they're not going to come to the party, for me, the Temperance card with that Ten of Wands, you got lots of tens here, says to me you are quite happy to cut things off if that person is not going to see your way. Now, I do have the Hermit at the end, so you could be dealing with a Virgo here, so in particular a Virgo. If you're cross-watching, to me there's a lot of energy of earth signs full stop. So Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo coming up very, very strongly in your reading. But don't sit on that too hard. Could be that you're dealing with another sign who just has that as their moon sign, and maybe they're in that energy at this time. All right, let me just have a quick look. So I have the Eight of Cups. You see, this is the walking away card. So I feel here you may be giving somebody almost an ultimatum here. Either sort of pull up your socks and get on board, or else I'm moving in the opposite direction. And look. So for me, with that Knight of Wands, and after that you've got the Queen of Wands with the King of Wands. Oh, and the Fool card. Oh, I like that. And we have the Five of Wands. All right, there you go. That's exactly what I'm feeling. So it's like you feel that this person has been made for you, made to measure. This person feels right. And you want something more. Absolutely. You want a brand new beginning. But you see, you're not scared to walk away here if things aren't going the right way. So whatever this is, for me, you feel like you're putting something on the line and you're saying either you pull your socks up or I'm heading out. I do feel that there's a possibility that this could go either way, but I do feel that there is a possibility your person could be on board with it. Maybe they're just waiting for you to make that choice. All right, so I'm going to pull a card from the Fairy Oracle. And let's see, this is a beautiful deck. I pulled this out not so long ago and forgot how beautiful it was. Oh, there's the card. Actually, that's really interesting. Iris of the Rainbows, card 32. Oops, gee, nearly went onto the page there. Iris of the Rainbow. I'll show you the card. This is a promise for the future and hope. I'll read you the simple meaning to it. Iris tells us that light is breaking through our present darkness and that hope is a powerful factor in speeding up this process. She does not promise us that the storm is over, nor does she say that it will never storm again, but she does say there is brightness and beauty here. She also tells us that something is to be gained by this passage through the storm, and the sooner we learn what it is, the sooner the storm will end. Always, passage through the storm is a time of potential growth, a time to allow the dead wood of our past to be blown away to make room for the green shoots of new growth. At this point, it's useful to ask ourselves what we still need to release and to look after protecting and nurturing the seeds we have planted. Iris suggests that the cultivation of patience may also be helpful at this time. The storm is breaking up. Are we ready for the change? If we are presently frogs, the fairies say the time of our transformation foretold by the rainbow may be at hand. Then we shall be kissed by the pursuant light of the sun and discover if we're still frogs or if we have become something much more. So I feel like this is a good time. That's what I said. It feels to me like this is a good time to ask for what you want. I feel that there's a good chance of you getting it right here, right now. All right, I'll leave you with that. Thanks, Gemini.